Welcome back to Dracon's Plays, Dark Souls Remastered. Good to see you guys again. Alright, so, like I did in the last episode, I'm just going to include the disclaimer. If you have not played or seen Dark Souls 1, I encourage you to go experience it yourself blind, or go and watch someone else play it blind. I have my own blind playthrough up on the channel if you're interested. The other thing is, this is a in-depth series where we're going to be casually talking about game design, a little bit of lore, but the main deal is game design. Anyways, and I'm not going to do that every episode throughout the series, only for like the first 5 or whatever. Now, let's see. So, we are going to be switching things up a little bit, rocking the Caduceus Round Shield and the Morning Star, which has the stagger property. So if I miss a swing, I stagger. But that's fine. So the Morning Star has bleed on it. This shield is not 100% fizz block, so I am not going to be using it for most things. Also note that it said the blue shield. I guess they mean the symbol on it. That is kind of blue. But the shield itself is a green. Which is, at least in this lighting, it is. I'll have to see when we get up to like Undead Burg if the lighting on it changes. But I've always seen that as green shield. Now, before we ascend that path, you can see how easy it is to miss. It's not the most delineated and well-marked path. Especially given it's the critical, like, you have to go this way path. Well, if you don't have the master key. Anyways, let's see. Oh, that is right. Talisman. That way I can seek guidance. Alright. Now then. Alright. So, let's ascend up to the Undead Burg. So the Undead Burg, crap, is the home of undead. This is a place where they lived, at least recently. Man, I hate their flail. But yeah, so it's a place that they've been living at least recently. And I say that for a few different... Yeah, and I say recently because... Oh, he fell. If you look around, there's some indications that they might not have been here that long. Alright. L3 jump. Woo! Woo! I jumped early. I have bad habits. Because the circle jump always tended to come out late. Ring of Sacrifice, which I am not going to put on. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. And you cannot repair rings in Dark Souls 1. It physically gets removed from your inventory upon breaking. So there are a few uses for that. One really good use of it is actually not contained in the description. If you pop that bad boy on after you die, so you have a bloodstain on the ground, if you fail to make it back to the bloodstain and you die again, you don't lose the souls. So it gives you a single freebie run to go and get it. Which is something I'll probably show off at some point. Stupid rat. So the rats have this weird thing where if they hit you, you get staggered. Man, his fur still doesn't look great. That's a weird Dark Souls 1 problem where fur looks like garbage. Man. But yeah, so the Undead Burg was just the residence of the undead. Does not open from this side. That's the first one of those we've run into this game. But yeah. So yeah, this is where the undead stayed. Or lived, rather. And it appears like it's only been in the last few hundred years that they've been hanging out here. One little interesting indication of the state of this place is there's a bunch of piles of bricks like this. This one's pretty nondescript, but one of the later ones in particular has a little bit of context attached to it. Damn it, lock on. So yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. And seek guidance. And you notice a new message appeared. Jumping off ahead. Oh, really? Oh, damn it all. Alright, there he is. So this guy spawns down here, and he sees you when you cross the bridge. And then he pursues you. Now, let's see. So, one of the things I'm showing off here is you can obviously see these guys getting ready to super ambush you. Alright. Yeah, so you can super see those guys getting ready to ambush. Rubbish. Yeah, you can see these guys getting ready to ambush you. And if you run up... Who died? We are able to just deal with it. Knock them right off. Kill them dead. And disarm part of that ambush. Now... You run up here and you're like, hey, wait, I missed an item. And you see, over there, that's where we dropped off. So it's like, it's in that building. And you go back, and you're like, building? You run up here, and you're like, huh, there's no way in. It is super hard to see, but there it is. Which leads up to this item. Soul of the Lost Undead. Dang near worthless, but that is an item that has confounded numerous players. Wait, who's that? Really? Is that really? I wish I could move around. No, it's just a texture. I thought it might have been a message thanks to Seek Guidance. We'll have to check that when we get down into the lower Undead Burg. And that is another thing I love with Dark Souls 1, is it's like, no, the level is right there. It's not something, it's not like you can never get there. It's like, no, that's an actual part of the level later on. And it's like, that's a boss room, right there. That's where you fight Capra Demon. You can see where the fog gate normally is. And you can see the stairs leading around to the shortcut tower, which actually leads below our feet to that one-way gate. The little details where the world just logically makes sense is great. Now, we did get rubbish to check out. Rubbish with no value. Who in the right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. I love messages like that. They are the best. So, it should be noted that... Damn it. I screwed it up, but it should be noted that the reverse jump there is super possible. Oh yeah, ladders. Ladder controls in DS1 is not great. So, you have to be neutral, tap the button, and you slide down. There's no sprinting up. It's not while moving down, do the thing. No. I missed. Yeah, see? You're able to make the reverse jump. There. So that is another way to work around. And that is one cool thing. The geometry logically makes sense. Although, this was stupid. There's an invisible wall over those planks, apparently. So beware. Beware of that. And we reach our next fog wall. Soul of a Lost Undead. Welcome to Lordran. That is super green. Hello, you aggroed from far away. And you died just as hard as you aggroed. No, that is super green. Yeah, super green. I guess that's supposed to be a shade of blue. It almost looks blackish. Whatever. So here we have our poise next encounter with fighting guys while being attacked by ranged. Man, the R2s are not great. I did it for the extra damage. So here, you have a nice view of lower Undead Burg. You can see the fire and the way you descended. Oh, hey, look, an item. Let's see. Vertically elongated wooden shield, decorated with a white dragon. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but with lower physical damage reduction, and reduced shield stability. So they're crap. Decent lightning on it, though. 93, that's actually pretty decent. Anyways. Let's see. What's some of the other things I wanted to talk about? Estus. So, Estus, kick, smash, dead. Backstabbed, dead. So another secret little path. So Estus. Estus was the solution to a problem presented by Demon Souls. Normally he does a jump attack. You stinker in your delayed swings. I want to parry you. Whatever. Anyway, so Estus was a solution to a problem that they discovered with Demon Souls. In Demon Souls, you had consumable grass as your healing item that you could infinitely farm and hold 99 of each type. So there was this overabundance healing, but it also had this interesting problem where you could just run out and then you couldn't heal. Not great. Estus gets around that by restoring each time you reach a bonfire. Now, Dark Souls 1, the amount of Estus you have depends on the bonfire you're at. So we currently have 10 from Firelink Shrine, but we're only getting 5 in the Asylum, and the next bonfire we sit at, which is just over there, would also just give 5. But you're able to spend humanity to kindle it, raising it to an even higher level. Another view of the lower burg. Anyways, so yeah, Estus solved a lot of those problems because you know players will always have it. They will always have certain quantities. They're more likely to have like lower counts in easier areas and higher counts in harder ones. You're able to actually work on that type of thing. Now, I actually do like the later games where you just upgraded your quantity of Estus, and they could count on you having like a very specific range of heals. But no, overall, the move to Estus was super, super good. I just wanted to see something. Yeah, what is up with those weird veins? And he has a mole, too? He has a few moles. Interesting. Huh. Interesting that they bothered putting in the time and work to do that sort of thing. Curious. DS1 characters are also super ripped. For no reason, and you can't select any other body type. Well, I mean, you can select different sizes, but all of them are ripped. They're just more or less skinny / fat. Anyways. Let's see, Estus. Yeah. But no, the fact that, at least in Dark Souls 1, you're sacrificing a semi-limited resource. It is farmable, but it's generally limited. Especially for first-time players. The fact that you have to sacrifice that to get more Estus. Really, really interesting mechanic. The idea of Estus and better controlling the number of heals and turning it into, like, you have X amount, make it. That adds a lot to the level design they have. Dark Souls 2 suffered from a problem where, because they added the life gems, they devalued Estus. And now players could have literally hundreds of heals on them, thanks to the different types of life gems. Which meant they had to build each level with the assumption that players were going to have full health the entire time. Which is part of the general design problem of 2. But we're not talking about 2 in this series, we're talking about 1. Speaking of 1, we got a merchant.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
He has one nasally voice.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, It might end up being your grave.
So he gives you the lowdown, upcoming bosses, slash level hazards. Another really unobtrusive way of saying, like, hey, here's some stuff coming up. But totally skippable and missable.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
For someone who just wants to talk business, you sure gave me a good tip just a
Yeah,
moment ago.
I'm not here to we talk...
Yeah. Alright. What do you got for me, man? Orange Guidance Soapstone. Online play item. Write, view, rate, message. That is English very good. Messages transmit to other worlds where they are rated. English still very better. Also, write messages of others. English semi-better. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted, and messages allow undead to assist or deceive one another. I love that it has the or deceive. It's like, you guys. So we are playing offline, but I want to have that. Dried Finger. So this is another one of the changes in the remaster. Originally, you got the Dried Finger in the painted world of Ariamis, which is like halfway through the game. They decided to put it at the beginning to help with the online. So anyways, online play item, Dried Finger with multiple knuckles. Used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a third Phantom, but also a second Dark Spirit. So that last part is a brand new part of the description. Also makes the summoning of a Dark Spirit occur earlier, used with caution. So, I don't know what the original description of this was, but that's heavily modified. So now you actually know what it does. I think it used to just say, used to strengthen connection to other worlds. Used with caution. There might have been one more line, but we will be coming back for that eventually. And then you got Repair Powder. He has the Residence Key. Key to a residence in Undead Burg. Simple, sturdy design of the locks in the burg keep out unwanted visitors. But this is a standard key in these parts, and will open several residences. Weird gameplay concession where it's like, no, this just opens everyone's door. It's totally fine. Everyone doesn't need their own personalized lock. Repair Box. Specialized mortar used to repair weapons and armor by grinding repair powder. Interesting note there, uses repair powder. Rust at a bonfire to make weapons and armor repair possible. Repair powder is fragile and cannot be taken along. So it has to be at the bonfire, you can't fix it on the go. A peculiar, bottomless wooden box. Its origins are unknown. Some derive it as a symbol of unbridled avarice. Any number of items can be deposited into the box, and items can be managed while resting at a bonfire. I also did not read Repair Powder. Lightly enchanted golden powder repairs weapons equipped in right hand, so it doesn't fix your left-handed stuff, unfortunately. Use of a weapon depletes its durability, eventually rendering it ineffective. Repair powder is a precious method of repair on the battlefield, as it obviates the need for a repair box, except it's single use. And honestly, in Dark Souls 1, there is no reason to have repair powder. Well, unless you're using a unique weapon, in which case that could be useful. And that's something we'll be talking about in a little bit. So, he also sells a bunch of these starting weapons. So you got the dagger the sorcerer wields, short sword that the hunter has, scimitar from the wanderer, rapier, which no one had, hand axe from the pyromancer, club from the deprived, the reinforced club, very, very good for soul level 1 runs. He has the standard spear. He has a short bow, which we are going to get at some point before the next episode. I'm going to need it then. We got the east-west shield, small leather shield, the buckler, leather shield, heater shield, and warrior's round shield. So I want to take a look at east-west. Symbol of a double-headed eagle painted yellow. Huh, nothing more. Sells a variety of arrows and bolts. He also sells the chain armor set. Chainmail helm of thin interlinking rings of steel. It is common throughout the human world since it was easily produced. It is not too heavy and offers good defense. Knights may favor flashy armor, but for warriors on the battlefield, anything is fine as long as it keeps them alive. And gauntlets are like nothing. Gauntlets made of soft leather, one of the most common kinds of protective gear. So yeah.
Thank you kindly.
There's a lot of stuff in there that I am going to be getting at some point.
Oh, you again. I hope you brought plenty of souls. Here, I'm not here to wait up. What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
Wow! So you don't buy from him, he tells you to fall off a cliff. How rude. So anyways, that's the Undead Merchant. We're not quite done with him. So I'm going to... Yeah. I am going to, in between episodes here... Perfect! Yeah, in between episodes, I am going to grind out all the souls necessary to clean him out. And that'll be a common thing throughout the series. I'm going to grind out souls so we can just pick up everything and use everything as desired. Yep. Light crossbow and standard bolts. So, while there is a opening there, it is a jump that cannot, as far as I know, be made. Oh, almost, actually. As far as I know, that is an impossible jump. Glitchy! Yeah, I'll give it one more go, but I'm pretty sure that jump is physically impossible. That didn't count. Mulligan! Mulligan! Wait, did it not? Wait, I'm an idiot. What can I say? And then I couldn't find the shrug gesture. I'm doing awesome. Oh boy. Alright. Let's proceed onward then, shall we? Dear God, we're doing great. Alright, so I am going to kindle this bonfire. So to do so, you have to be human, which I still am. Then you need a soft humanity. And then you kindle. And now we're up to 10 Estus. Sweet. Alrighty. Alright. So as you can see, we already have fire bombers. So that forces you to sprint along here. Alright. And into this room where you have to fight two guys. Third guy then kicks down the door. Wait. Near basement? Oh no, wrong spot. Sorry. Wrong spot. Well, that's fine. Ooh. Short sword! Awesome. One less item need to buy. Black firebomb. So there you get most of your starting gift. But honestly, the reason you get it in the first place is for Asylum Demon, so it doesn't really matter that you get it right off. Ambush. Hello? Perfect. So this is one of the locations where you can make a skip down to the lower Undead Burg. Hello, item. It's something along the lines if you end up jumping onto that chimney and then rolling off a specific way. I have never successfully done a lower Undead Burg skip. It is not intentional, but it does once again prove the just insane interconnectivity of the Dark Souls 1 world. And yes, enemies can Estus, if you did not know. Well, some of them can anyways. Backstabs for days. Slow spearman aggroes before the other swordman. None of that went according to my plan, but that's fine, honestly. Alright. Let's see. So, leading up to the release of the remaster, I did replay Dark Souls 1. When I did the network test for this, I was talking about doing that, and I did. Replayed through the entire game, fought every boss, got the majority of items and stuff. And my friend the Black Knight here, what was it? He dropped his shield for me, I think. Man, oh man, why does... I cannot get the backstab for the life of me on the opening. So it's best to kite him around to up here. So I am not the best at parrying, as you can already see. Alright, this Black Knight. Okay, just give me a backstab, that's fine. But yeah, like I said, he gave me his shield first attempt last time. Woo! He has a ton of health. This guy is meant as a, like, new player destroyer, which he is quite good at. Some of the weirdness in the backstabs is really insane. Got him. Ha! Black Knight shield! Perfect! Oh, and I got a humanity at some point. That's also fine. And that is how you do it. And we got a blue Tearstone ring. Rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. It's better than nothing, that's why I'm equipping it. Like, honestly, it's better than nothing. It's not a great ring. Shield of the Black Knight that wanders Lordran. A flowing channel is chiseled deeply into its base. Long ago, the Black Knights faced the Chaos Demons and were charred black, but their shield became highly resistant to fire. So, yeah, the original plan for Black Knights in Dark Souls 1, and there's nothing down there, should be noted, just goes to a dead end. The idea is, I guess, if you fall through the hole there, you land there, and you're able to roll onto that. A lot of times this guy ends up killing himself. Alright, so normally you get 30, I was getting 40, what was that, 45? Because of, not quite counterbalance, more like a off-balance hit type deal. If you block and deflect, you get like a 20% boost to damage. Anyways, it's locked. Up we go. So yeah, that door at the bottom is another one of Twinkling in a Chunk. Damn. I'll take that to the bank every day of the week. But yeah, that door at the bottom of the tower is another master key door. Behind it is a hostile NPC who drops one of the best rings in the game. And past him is Darkroot Basin. So, once again, interconnections. Huge, huge theme of the overall level design of DS1. Alright. So, go out, and up. What the heck are you doing? Why'd he charge? Ow! Stinker! Yeah, so here you're able to see a really nice layout of the level. So, man, that looks weird from here, doesn't it? So the bonfire is actually right down there, right above where my head is. and you like run across the bridge there. Okay, I see now. Right above my head, that platform is where the firebomb throwers were. That tower above my head, that was the archer. You had the guys grouped down there, down that path. Right above, like, my head. Like, in between my head and mace. That path leads to the Black Knight. Super, super cool. Chesty spawned. Interesting to note. Along with all of the corpses. Although I believe that archer, like, if you have an aggro mod on PC, that archer still shoots at you from the tower. Never mind, you can't see him. He just unloaded. So, here's the tourist demon. So this is the bull demon up above that the guy warned us about, the undead merchant. So, cool little thing with him, if you climb up the tower, he eventually climbs up. And if you get knocked off, he goes back down. Alright. Missed. Man, my damage sucks. I hate his jumping attack because the shockwave afterwards is really, really stupid. Woo! Got too close. Yeah, like, look at that. The lingering hitbox on that is ridiculous. I think that was proccing bleed, too. Alright. Ah, I moved in too soon. Got him! And the frame rate doesn't die now. It's awesome. Taurus Demon down. So the first time I ever fought him, and if you check out my blind playthrough you can see it, but he hurled himself straight off this cliff to his death. That geometry looks great. Yeah. Which was very unfortunate. That also looks great. Yeah, it was super unfortunate that that was how it ended up working out. Can't see anything from here. Alright. let's see. Alright. What else did I have to talk about before I made it too far? Alright. Yeah. So a few of my other talking points actually rely on things later in. So, let's reach those. So this is actually the spot. Imminent Drake. Imminent Drake. Oh, it only has an effect near you. That's interesting. I did not know that. Hello. My bucket-headed friend.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Oh, Solaire.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
All
The way
here.
I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
I don't see why not.
Me greatly. Well then, take this.
White sign soapstone.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Oh, Solaire.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly
It blinks out of existence for a moment. It's great. They deload the sun.
Oh, hello, the sun, if only...
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Oh, right, bricks. I totally walked by them. Well, that's fine. We're gonna be back there soon enough. Anyways, so that is Solaire of Astora. We'll be seeing him plenty through the rest of this playthrough, and we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk more and more about him. Should be noted, he is one of the fan favorites of the series, and in a lot of ways, he is the representative of Dark Souls 1. And that's not for no reason. People meme it up all the time with Praise the Sun, and like Solaire chugging Estus and all that, but part of the reason people meme it up with Solaire is because he's a good character. You actually make a connection to him, and the further you go, the more you learn. And it's like, people meme it up because he is very well written. He's relatable, and we'll get more into that the further we go. Now, let's see. Yeah. So, Taurus Demon up there. You're able to fight him at the top of the tower. You can cheese him by falling off. You can block if you have a better shield. You can go in and out like I was doing. So, like, hit. Near the end, I was getting a bit more aggressive because I was getting the patterns down. But, yeah. One of the things I like about Dark Souls is there's not just one way to do everything. There's always multiple ways. Now, there is a visual indicator here on the bridge. You notice it's all charred, and there's a char line back there. That gives you a heads up about what's coming. Excuse me? Kick down ladder. Here we are, back at the bonfire. I have no clue who's shooting arrows at me. Very, very weird. Alright. So yeah. Shortcut design. So, this ladder, for a lot of people, is this just like mind-blowing moment of, wait, what? Because you work your way up and around to that tower, and you didn't realize, like most people didn't realize in their first playthrough, that they were just working their way around to the bridge that was right overhead the entire time. Super cool little detail. That sack looked like a person. See? Looks like a person sitting, kind of leaning forward and looking towards the wall a little bit. You can kind of see like their knee, and that's weird. Whatever. But anyways. Yeah. The shortcut design in Dark Souls, especially Dark Souls 1, is amazing. A lot of it is built on circular level design. So you work your way around in a circle, and you just make these like little concentric circles and loops. And then you also have vertical level design, where the levels are vertically stacked, so you are able to throw in things like the ladders. So vertically stacked sections of the levels, you'll tend to get shortcut ladders like this one. Circular level design, you'll tend to end up with the one-way doors. Either way, though, Dark Souls 1 is absolutely loaded with them. Alright. Now then. Let's take a seat. Alright. And let's see. We are going to return to the Undead Merchant. And wrap things up with him. That didn't go according to plan. I went to jump attack him, and he jump attacked me. Get backstabbed, you fool. Wow, he gave 100? That's fine. I'll take it. Nice. Alright.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit.
Don't be a
Never hurts
nitwit.
to splurge when your days are numbered.
I love the Undead Merchant.
Oh, this one. Ain't she lovely? Her name is Yulia. She's plumb in love with me. You'd never leave my side now, would you, Yulia? Oh, you can forget it. I'm all that she needs. Careful! She'll bite your little fingers off. Be kind, Yulia, be kind. Now, don't squander your time chatting. You need to look over my wares. Now, don't squander. You need to throw me a bone, will you? I haven't got much time anyway. Right, Yulia?
So, I'm not sure.
Oh, you again. I hope you brought plenty of souls.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I think killing Taurus Demon has triggered his new dialogue. Anyways. Let's see. So, bottomless box. Repair box you can get from Andre for 2,000. So no reason to buy that. Let's see. Anything else I wanted? Pick up the reinforced club because that's unique to him. I want a spear for later. Short bow. I want the east-west shield. I'm pretty sure you can only get that from him. Warrior's round shield was the thing I wanted. Let's see. Alright. Standard arrows. I want 50. Let's bump it up to 100 so I don't have to buy arrows later. Man, I wish DS1 had some of the systems like 2 and 3 for like this type of thing. Yes, I want arrows. And okay. And then he has the chain armor. Alright. So I need 1,000.
Oh, then come back.
So, let's talk a little bit more about our undead merchant friend. So, Yulia is a name that he just started naming for some reason there. So he just all of a sudden starts talking about Yulia, and it leaves you wondering, who is Yulia? These guys do so much poise damage for no reason. But yeah, it just leaves you with this, like, who is Yulia? Just this interesting moment of just essentially confusion. Like, what did I miss? Man, it's nice to be able to pop multiple souls.
Oh, I hope you brought...
I have bought so much crap from you, man. Alright. That should be everything I want from him.
Thank you, Kai.
So, that should be everything from him. So, I am going to murder him now.
You've gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia!
So he actually has a unique moveset.
Why me, little Yulia? Oh.
Dried Finger and a Humanity, and a Uchikatana, which you can get later on. Katana forged in the Eastern Land, known for its brisk slashing motions. The Uchikatana cuts beautifully, causes bleeding, but its blade is easily nicked. So, there are two, like, real options for Yulia. One is that Yulia is a pet that he lost, which will be indicated by his, like, padding motion towards the barrel here. which we broke in the fight. So that's one option for Yulia. The other option that people always talk about is his Uchikatana. Because he also mentions things like you cannot handle Yulia. So there are little interesting twists like that that do cast a bit of doubt on what Yulia actually is. The third joke option, just to throw it out there, would be that Yulia is the crate, or bucket. He opens the door every time now. That's interesting. That is super interesting that he now opens the door every time. Yeah, so here's the other pile of bricks, and yeah, alright, that is broken out of the wall. So it looks like they were starting to get ready to fix some of this stuff, which is interesting. You have a pile of lumber here, and it's like, it's almost like the Undead Burg was still being constructed, or was being reconstructed, or something. Because you have all this evidence of them doing work for some reason. Just thought I would bring that up. Shout out to Plague of Grapes for that one, too. Good old Plague staring at bricks for hours. I just talk about game design for hours. It's totally fine and very different. Anyways. Just to wrap up this one, let's talk a little bit about the bonfire. So in Dark Souls 1, the bonfire is everything. It's where you level up. It's where you attune your magic. It's where your items are stored. It's where you're able to switch covenants in the remaster. It's where you manage half of your Estus-related things. Also, while we have this, cannot kindle further without the secret ray. So we need the rate of kindling to kindle past 10. Anyways. Yeah. So bonfires are extremely important in 1. It's not like Dark Souls 2 or 3, where you warp back to like Majula or Dark Souls 3's Firelink Shrine. You have an NPC there who takes care of leveling. You have your merchants. It's like, no, in DS1, at least for the first half, you're locked in. This is your bonfire now. You want to go back to Firelink? You hoof it. You have to run back to Firelink Shrine. And the further you get, the more difficult of a prospect. I can't speak sometimes. Oh good, then I yawned, so I didn't actually even... I can't speak sometimes. Oh hey, there are pots in that sack. I broke the sack by rolling through it. That's odd. I don't know what the... Whatever. But, yeah. So, bonfires in DS1 all of a sudden become super important because it's like, no, this is your safe spot. This is your checkpoint. Your lifeline. All of it depends upon the bonfire itself. And Dark Souls 1 generally does a pretty good job of this. The bonfire is safe. It's like, I can see an enemy, but as long as I'm in this room, like, as long as I don't leave the room, or I don't shoot them. They're not going to aggro. I am totally safe running around the bonfire, breaking everything, rolling around. And that feeling of safety is important because it adds to the relief when you reach it, because you know, oh man, I made it to the bonfire. I'm good. It really helps with making the bonfire feel important, feel good to get back to. Anyways. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Next time, we're gonna proceed up, finish up the very, very last little bit of the Undead Burg, and then advance into the Undead Parish. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up here, and I'll see all of you guys later. Bye! I need to do better about this. Bye!